Shabbat Shalom. You know that when you stand on the bima, and you see when you do the bar mitzvah, when you stand on the bima, you have a sense of where the community is in terms of, are they attentive, are they bored, are they listening? And today I can sense kind of we're relaxed, guys. The weather's coming to be good, so it's a good way to be as well. So we've decided to celebrate Shavuot a bit earlier because Shavuot starts on Tuesday evening. So technically this Torah portion this week, do you remember which Torah portion we're in? We're starting a new book. So let's go through all the books. The first book of Torah is Genesis. The second is, the third is Leviticus, and the fourth that starts today, Numbers. And you know the Hebrew name for Numbers? I mean, it's not a translation of a name, because we are using the name that were given to the biblical books by the Greeks. Bamidbar, in the desert. And Bamidbar is the start of the story of the children of Israel after they crossed the sea and they go around and they spend 40 years of trials, complications, difficulties. And in the end, these poor buggers, they are not allowed to enter the land because they really did too much, which is, I think, really unfair to them. But, God is God, and who am I to question God's wisdom, right? But it starts with something really interesting. It starts with counting, and there's a census in Bamidbar. We count the people, of course, it's all the men aged 20 and above. So they don't count the children and they don't count women. Because it's kind of a very patriarchal society where, anyway. So, but we do count everyone. In Judaism, and this is very important, each person is important and unique. And we count each person, whatever the age is, or whatever the gender is, because each person is part of the community. And that's probably a very important message of Bamidbar. We are all part of something bigger than us, of course, but all an invaluable part of the community. Right, we're going to start with Marto. So thank you, Ethan, for being here today. Thank you for your music, as always. So the first prayer we say in the morning when we're tired and do I really need to go to Bethlehem? And I know that Hannah and Judith, they just moved house yesterday, and it finished at 3 p.m. this morning, 3 a.m. this morning. So thank you for being here, because it's really, really moving house. It's one of the most traumatic things to do, right? So, Modeani lefanecha, I give thanks to you, eternal my God, for having brought me back to life. So page 102 in your prayer books.
Do you guys know this song? Modeani. Yeah? Yes. Lots of singing. Put them over there, please. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Modeani lefanecha.
So let's read the translation, because I think it's I love this prayer for many, many reasons. I give thanks unto you, my living God, that you, in your great love, I'm alive to see this new day. And in Hebrew, and Hebrew is always, this is what's important to know Hebrew, that you brought back to me my soul, b'chemla, in love, in the trust in love, when you trust someone, Rabbi, how great is your faith in me. So the next one, which is also in the morning, Ma Tovu.
So we're at the bottom of page 1 and 2, we'll do the traditional one. Ma Tovu, O Alecha Yaakov, Mishenotecha Yisrael. Very mighty. Ma Tovu, Ma very, very sleepy today. I mean, you know, Hannah and Judy, you have some excuse, but the others. Josh, wow, what did you do last night?
Studied. He was busy studying.
Okay. So when if you study Torah during the night. So, on page 103, I have a reader for The Sun Has Risen. Donna.
The sun has risen, bringing new light to our Shabbat. Today we remove thoughts of our weekday activities, and instead we think of Shabbat, prayer and Torah, rest and relaxation. We will remember the story of the beginning of our world, when God rested from the work of creation. We think of the freedom that we have to rest from work and enjoy God's world surrounding us.
Thank you. And the more you go along in your life, the more you realize how much you need these moments of peace and rest. Because if you don't give yourself these moments, life is a marathon. So you really need to think about long term. And in order to be able to achieve everything you want to achieve, you need some time to rest. Everyone, and I'm sure as you get older you have to rest more, but we'll discover this in a few decades, not now. Morning Blessings, page 104. 104.
So then that's everybody except for Joan, Ruby, and Anna. So I'm just going to get you in order. Everybody that you know that you're sitting, and you're just going to pay attention to each other.
We praise you, eternal God, Sovereign of the universe, for eyes to see.
We praise you, eternal God, Sovereign of the universe, for close to way.
We praise you, eternal God, Sovereign of the universe, for the joy of freedom. We praise you, eternal God, Sovereign of the universe, for the power to rise.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, for providing for all our needs.
We praise you, eternal God, Sovereign of the universe, for daily glory Hashem.
What did you say? Rumi. Wow.
We praise you, eternal God, Sovereign of the universe, for the blessing of sleep and the privilege of walking to a new day.
Thank you. Very important pieces of wisdom to remember every day. So, renewing and not ruining. So we say together the next prayer, Baruch She'amar in English. Praise be the one that was command the world came to be. We praise you, our God, sovereign of the universe, worshipped by your people, lauded and glorified by those who love and serve you. With songs of praise we extol you and proclaim your sovereignty, sole source of the life of worlds. We praise you, sovereign God, to whom all praise is due. And we turn now to page 106, Mizmor Shir Leyom HaShabbat. Paragraph. The righteous shall flourish like the palm, grow tall like the cedar of Lebanon, planted in the house of eternal one, that shall flourish in the courts of our God, that shall see their fruit in old age, that shall ever be fresh and green, proclaiming that God is just, my rock in whom there is no flaw. And we turn now to page 110 for Psalm 150.
I think we should do I was at South London, we're doing Hallelujah.
Yes.
I was at South London Liverpool last weekend, they do the traditional tune for Hallelujah, which I like more than the one of the sayings. So Hallelujah, Hallelujah. Do you want to know?
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
Middle of page 110. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Hallelujah, 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 el Bekucho, hallelujah, Kiauzo, hallelujah.
And we stand now for the Baruch Hu on page 112. 112. Thomas, do you understand what she said? So it's something like, wow, now I get it, I understand. And in your life you have these moments, right? It's like, okay, this is what I need to do. In the prayer book, it's also a wow moment, it's a bit different. It's a moment when God revealed himself to the children of Israel. Do you remember when God did that? What's the festival today? Shavuot. Kind of, I am, or je sais pas, I don't know. I am the eternal good God. That's a revelation, right? So if God was a man with a manly voice, it could be a woman as well, doesn't matter. But this is the moment where God says, I am God now. Sorry guys, you don't have any other choice than following me. Okay, creation. Who wants to read the text? Okay. Yeah.
Praise you, Eternal One, our God, Sovereign of the universe, Maker of light and Creator of darkness, Author of peace and Creator of all things. In your mercy, you give light to the earth and all who live on it, and in your goodness. And in your goodness you renew creation continually, day by day. How manifold are your works, O God! With wisdom have you made them all. The world is full of your creations, your handiwork proclaims your praise. The radiant stars bear witness to your glory.
Praise your God, Creator of lights. So you stumble on the word manifold. I mean, I never heard it except... Okay, so what does it mean? Because you know what, Eva, that's the only time I read it in English. So what does it mean, manifold? Lots, different style, varied, huh? Yeah, so that's how varied is. I mean, if you look around the creation, you've got trees, plants, we've got rocks and rivers. That's money for many, many types, okay? Yeah. Yes.
Great is your love, vast eternal God, abundant your compassion. Our ancestors trusted in you and taught them the laws of life. So be gracious to us. Teach us, incline our hearts to hear. Your words to know and understand, to learn and teach. And with love to you uphold the truths of the Torah. Enlighten us with your teachings. Make us faithful to your commandments, and wholehearted in love and awe of your name. For in love you summon us to serve you, and proclaim your unity. We praise you, O Lord, God, Lord, love you, as called the people is your service.
Please stand for the Shema.
Would that be free for the Shabbat?
Movie. We sing together. Leman tizkeru, vasitem et kol mitzvotai, veitem kedoshim leloechem. Ani Adonai Elohechem, asher hotzeiti etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim, להיות לכם אלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם. Please be seated. So there's one other blessing after the Shema on page 116, which is called the blessing of redemption. Baruch atah Adonai Ga'al Yisrael Go'el V'Redemptor. So again, it's a kind of a complicated concept, but if you think about the main event that is mentioned in this blessing is the event of the Exodus out of Egypt. So how is it, what could be another word for redemption? I know it's kind of, you don't use this at school, in the schoolyard, you know. Redeem me. No, doesn't work like this. What could be another word? Yes? forgive. I'm not sure if it's connected, but it's along this kind of ideas of mending something. Yes. Salvation. Yes. So saving. Yes. Yeah, but this idea of liberty, of freedom, right? And if you think about redemption in the Jewish context, is what happened in Egypt was the moment where we were freed from slavery and we became a free people. And this is what happens in your life as well. When you free yourself from something which keeps you behind. Sometimes we have ideas or situations that keep you really stuck somewhere. And then you find, like we talked about revelation, you have this moment of revelation, wow, I need to do that, and then you can free yourself. And you'll see, well, maybe it doesn't make sense now, but you'll see later in life when you come back to these ideas. But it's kind of, it's heavy theological stuff. But it's interesting to try to apply them to our daily life. So, the next bit is, I decided today there's no Amida, but we're going to read some facts about Shavuot. So I've got some readers for that. Shavuot comes 50 days after which festival? Remember? Pesach. Very good. How is called the period between Pesach and Shavuot? Not Omri. Omer. Yes. 7 weeks. And okay, I need to look at my app because I never remember. So today, we counted yesterday, today is the 46th day, 6 weeks and 4 days into the Omer. So then the Shavuot begins at the end of the 50th day, which would be Tuesday. Right? Okay, we've got some readers. Yeah. Oh, hello Michelle, Shabbat Shalom, thank you for being with us today.
Shavuot commemorates the giving of the Torah on Mount Sinai over 3,000 years ago.
It occurs on the 6th of Sivan and is the culmination of a 7-week period of counting the Omer which began on Pesach.
Shavuot means weeks in recognition of the weeks of preparation leading up to the giving of the Torah.
Shavuot is sometimes known as Pentecost, which is a Greek word meaning the holiday of 50 days. Shavuot occurs 50 days after the first day of Pesach.
The Torah says the entire Jewish nation directly experienced God giving the Torah. Shavuot is one of the Shalosh Regalim, 3 festivals where the entire nation would gather in Jerusalem for celebration and study. Today, early on Shavuot morning, the streets of Jerusalem are filled with thousands of Jews walking to the Western Wall. In Israel, Shavuot lasts 1 day. On Shavuot, there is the widespread custom to stay up the entire night learning Torah. Those who study all night then say the morning prayers at the earliest permitted time. This expresses the enthusiasm of the Jewish people to receive the Torah.
It is custom to decorate the synagogue with branches and flowers. The Mount Sinai blossomed with flowers the day the Torah was given.
Oh, goodness me, I need 1, 2, 3 more people who need that. Who's got that one? Oh, we might need another one.
The Torah also associates Shavuot with the harvest of wheat and fruits, and marks the bringing of the first fruits to the Bet Hamikdash, the holy temple, as an expression of thanksgiving.
It is traditional to eat dairy food on Shavuot. Various reasons have been suggested for this. The book of the Song of Songs refers to the Torah by saying, it drips on your lips like honey and milk under your tongue. We are also told that upon receiving the Torah, the Jews immediately became obligated to the laws of Shavuot. As they did not have time to prepare kosher meat, they ate dairy food instead. The numerical value of milk, chalav, is 40. This hints to the 40 days that Moshe spent on Mount Sinai.
The book of Ruth is read in the synagogue on Shavuot. Ruth was a non-Jewish woman whose love of God and the Torah led her to convert to Judaism. In addition, Ruth was the ancestor of King David, who was born and who died on Shavuot.
Thank you. Lots of interesting facts. So what are you taking from that? There's other name for the festival of Shavuot. The festival of cheesecake. Come on. Lag. Lag BaOmer is 33 days. So in Hebrew there's no number. So Lamed is 30 and Gimel is 3. So Lag.
But why 33?
Okay. So there's a Talmudic legend that says that on Lag BaOmer 12,000 students of Rabbi Akiva were killed by a plague, and therefore this became kind of a day of mourning instead of. It's actually no. It's marked the end of Lag BaOmer marked the end of this period. So from Lag BaOmer onward, you can start rejoicing. You can start because the first part of the Omer we are not supposed to get married or to rejoice too much because of this plague that killed 12,000 students of Rabbi Akiva. So in Israel, Lag BaOmer, they do bonfires. And in the north of Israel, I remember actually a few years ago. Yes, so they go outside and they have fun. And so this year, of course, because in northern Israel it's a bit dangerous, so they cancelled the Lag BaOmer celebrations. But this is what we do. I don't know if you're allowed to do bonfires here. You probably need permission. Very specific places. Yeah. So in Alsace, in Norwegian, there are bonfires that it's kind of really, it's a bit creepy. So we have bonfires in August that are a remembrance of all the witches that we used to burn and people go very happily to lit your huge bonfires because we don't realize that it was about actually burning the witches. Right. So Shavuot is today. I think you've done lots of work on Shavuot. Can we have a presentation of your artwork? People who brought something, or okay, so there's some chocolate here. Mm-hmm. So please come forward and explain to us what you've done. Oh my God, what's happening?
There's lots of drawings here done by the main staff.
Okay, come on and explain. Yes. Yalla, come. So it's about the 10 Commandments which we have here. Okay, so tell us. Okay, so you have to come here. Yes, yeah. So everybody can.
That's Moses with his staff and the tablets. He's carrying them down from Mount Sinai.
Did you see this movie with Mel Brooks? Originally, he had 15 commandments, and then he tripped, and one of the tablets fell. And said, okay, so we let him. So you have to come here because otherwise I won't be able to see you.
This is the 10 Commandments. That's it.
Okay. Yeah, good.
There are 613 commandments which Moses handed to us. And as you also scroll here, kind of copying my sister, not gonna lie. And I wrote the 10 commandments here, and then thou shalt not lie, thou shalt not cheat. And they wrote Judas because I know actually it was.
Really relevant, really. Really good.
This is my 10 Commandments poster. We have Adonai and then the 10 Commandments. And I had another one that I collected a lot more on, but I lost it. So now we got this one.
It's like Mel Brooks, right? These things happen.
This is just basically 10 Commandments, and I can't remember why the beginning of that. But yes.
Okay. So yeah, so.
People have left. So the 613 have had to leave a little bit early. And they've all just been put down. Is it that one? Yeah. And the one that talks about 613 and then lists for the 10.
So I will ask you a question in a moment. We can already think about it. So yeah, Mary.
I suddenly realised there were 10 commandments and 10 fingers and 10 toes.
Yeah, brilliant.
This is also from one of the children that's had to leave that she brought in with her rather than what was done. So the 10 commandments here.
Yeah, in the zone. Yeah, and it's a gift of a rabbi, right?
We got some love chocolate and lotus biscuits. Let's have it and kiddish afterwards.
Brilliant.
Surprise, I didn't know that.
That's amazing.
So I've done the 10 Commandments and kind of a burning bush around the outside. And if anybody wants this for their home, £50 to the chaos.
Brilliant. Thank you. Thank you.
But it's like harvest as well. So there's
Yes,
it's
it's
like
like
that.
that.
Yes.
I think if I had actually made it, I'd get away with it. But as a little fancy, I think it would be a lot bigger. I don't think there's anything we need to say.
And I was wondering, so can you explain it more?
Well, I just know that the flowers are really nothing.
Yes.
Yeah, that was one of the facts, was that the
Yes.
synagogue should be decorated.
Yes,
That was
decorated,
flowers
yes,
and flowers.
Yeah, so a few questions for you guys because we have lots of interesting stuff. We have 10, we've got the 10 commandments here. So the first one is more, I am the eternal God, you shall not have other God than me, you shall not use my name in vain. Remember Shabbat, the fourth commandment, very important one, Zachor et Shabbat. Kabel et Navira et Necha, the fifth commandment is about respecting, and I'm going to tell you a story which, when I was teaching about a bar mitzvah boy, we had some, let's say, tension with his parents, which happened, right? So we were getting there, respect your parents, because they gave you that. He said, I'm really struggling with loving my parents. And I said, listen, look at the Hebrew. The Hebrew says, kabed, respect. It's not about love. Love comes after. It's about respecting. And there's okay, respect I can do. And there's something really teenager. This, by the way, his parents were really, really nice. He was just a bit of a teenage boy. Cabello means heavy as well. So something which is heavy. Then you shall not kill, you shall not, I can't remember the thing after. So you shall not steal, you shall not covet. Okay, let me check. We've got the 10 Commandments in our.
You've got them here on the sheet.
It's in the song.
Oh, thank you. Oh gosh. So lo tirtzach, you shall not murder. But I like this, especially with family. I think you shall not murder anyone. So lo tirtzach. Yes, this is why I probably got kind of a blackout. You shall not commit adultery. Maybe we're going to skip this one with young children. You have lots. Did you explain it? Okay. So so very good. I mean, okay. I'm not going to say anything. Thank you for explaining. No, you shall not steal, obviously. You shall not bear false witness. That's very important in the court of justice when someone is, accused of something. If you bear false witness, you can make someone punished for no reason, right? And of course, the extension is a very difficult bit of that. You shall not gossip. So that's very difficult, right? No gossip. Gossip is prohibited. And if you gossip, you get skin disease. You can say, I never gossip, I have no skin disease. And do not covet what others have. Also very important. So we've got these 10 commandments. The first 5 are about us and God, our relationship with God. And the next 5 are about our relationship with each other. So that's a very important thing. We've got a relationship with God and we've got a relationship with other people. Now we've heard 613. So what's the connection between the 10 commandments and the 613?
Like 613 are like really specific. What's the 10 are just like really narrow down to like broad. Like they're pretty much summarized.
Yes.
So 613 are like mean the same thing but in different circumstances.
So are they part of the 613? Yes, absolutely. So we've got some principles. So there are 10 commandments taken out, right? But they're just a summary of the rest. The 613 commandments are, the number 613 comes from lists that were compiled by medieval rabbis. There are 2 lists and they don't agree, of course. 613 commandments because according to, I can't remember the calculation, there's a certain number of positive commandments, you shall do that, and certain numbers of negative commandments, you shall not do that. Don't do that. And kabed, do that. So there's 2 types of commandments.
And isn't the very last one, all the do's and don'ts of the Torah, you should write out your own copy of the Torah?
I don't remember where it's placed, but it's one of the commandments, definitely. Yes, Yeah, so what happens, we are supposed to write it. So what happens when you go, and I did this very quickly when I lived in Israel, I went to a little scribe shop, and he was writing a Torah scroll, and I said, please, I put my hand on his shoulder, I said, oh, thank you, you did it for me. Because otherwise you spend a year writing a Torah scroll, right? So and what's very important for us to understand is that a third, 30% of these commandments are not applicable anymore today. Why? The Temple of Jerusalem, yes, Eva? You know, I'm a bit deaf, you have to speak a bit louder, but I think I get what you said.
So we don't have the same things as people did back then.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Very, very good.
René,
yes.
if you add all the 613 commandments together, they come to the 10 main commandments. 6 plus 1 plus 3.
Oh gosh, yes. Wow.
No, he's
Yes.
not just a pretty face.
Yes, absolutely. You're not just pretty, Brian. Yes, yeah, absolutely. But there's a lot of gematria words because there are 248 negative of positive commandments representing the number of bones according to the rabbinic understanding. Yeah, that's very good. Thank you. Yes, yeah. So a third of them are not applicable anymore because they are related to a time when there was a temple. And you said very rightly, Eva, that the world has changed. For example, there's one commandment where you can sell your daughter in slavery. Can you imagine that? Your mom is fed up with you, she sells you as a slave to someone else. This is absolutely madness. Yes. Or one I really love, which I used the example with my daughters, the ben sorer ou morer, the son who is mischievous. You can actually stone him to death. So I told my daughters, and they said, "We are not your son." Right? Or the other one, a murder is committed in the city, you have to bring, I can't remember which type of animal, and to break the neck of the animal at the entrance of the city. Right? So, things evolve, you're absolutely right, things change, and this is what progressive Judaism is doing. We know that we have this history, and sometimes things are not applicable anymore. So, we've got an activity on the 10 Commandments.
Just to make sure that you are all awake. So, Rabbi René alluded to the 10 Commandments and the relationship between God and humans and family and humans. And the philosopher Abraham ben Chia, after placing the first commandment apart, and the first commandment is, at least key to Tibetan, we talked about it earlier. What's the very first? I am your God. So after the first commandment, which is just it's very short, I am your God, is the first commandment, but it's often sort of tied up with all the rest. So he took the first commandment apart, and then took the other 9 commandments and divided them according to the commands of thought, speech and action, and the relation between humans and God, humans and their family, and humans and humans, and he classified them between thought, speech and action. So, in true classroom style, I have a load of pens, some of which probably don't work, but if you want to maybe take a pen if you don't have one already, there's the 10 Commandments, and there's the thought, speech, action box, and try and just maybe work in small groups or something. I should something that way. Yeah, so they need one-on-one. So then, work out. Alright, so we want to make so you need one of each sheet.
Oh, cool, yes. So,
Remember the Sabbath day and keep it holy. That's action, isn't it? No, we've already had 6. 7. Yeah, that's action. Do not commit adultery. And then the final one, action, human to human. Yeah, well done. Brilliant. Okay, so as I said, I didn't write this. I made it a little bit more English because it should thou shalt not and so on. So I did make it a little bit more modern day English because I know the children were doing it. I also put in translations of what they meant. So I hope you like my translation of the 7th commandment to make sure that the younger people can understand it without going into any detail. So this is what the philosopher thought. What I think the whole thing about philosophy is it's one person's thoughts and views, and it's how you choose to interpret the commandments and how you choose to work or to live by them. And that's what he said, but you can have your own thoughts and views. But I think it's interesting to look at the 10 Commandments in another way. So thank you for that. And thank you. I thought the children were going to sit and get involved and you were sitting that side. But you did it, so thank you.
Okay guys, thank you for this session. Can you put your phones away? It's a bit Yeah, I know, but we're in the middle of a Shavuot service. I know that there's always news happening in the world. We can talk about this at the Kiddush, okay? Please, it's disruptive and it gives a kind of a strange vibe to the kids. And if you can take your phone all the time out of your pocket like this. So, let's continue our service, please. We've got 2 songs of the 10 Commandments. Yes.
Yes, please.
Are you coming up to the bima? Yes.
Yes, I'm sorry.
He threw 2 tablets onto the ground.
Yeah, welcome. Yeah. Right, so now we're heading towards the end of our service, and it's time to say the Kaddish first, and then final song from, so whatever you decide, it's really up to you. So, on this Shabbat, we remember Eileen Ingram, remembered by her daughters and friends. We also remember Margaret Browse, the grandmother, Louisa Mickelson. Also, as I said yesterday, Shannon Lister, a member of the Synagogue, has lost a mother last weekend. So funeral will be on Tuesday in Johannesburg. Any other name you would like to? Yes?
My dad, he's a bishop, 5 years.
Is your dad's? Why is he not in the list?
Because I don't know.
Okay, so
This weekend.
Okay, can you send me an email so I'll make sure that your dad is on the list?
Yeah.
Okay? Yeah. Just trying to figure out if it's somewhere else. No, he's not. No. Okay. So yeah, send me an email and I will make sure that your dad appears on the list of your site. Okay, we stand and the Kaddish is 140. יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה, בעלמא דברך יביטה וימליך מלכותה, בחייכם ויומכם ובחיי בכל בית ישראל, בעגלה ובזמן קריב ואמרו אמן. יהי שמי רבה מברך לעולם ולעלמי מיה, יתברך וישתדר ויתפאר ויתקומם ויתנשא, ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתעלה שמי וקידושה בריחו. לעילה מכל ברכתה ושירתה, תושבחתה ונחמתה, דל ירם בעלמה ואמרו אמן. יהי שממה רבה משמיה, וחיים עלינו ועל כל ישראל ואמרו אמן. עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום, עלינו ועל כל ישראל ועל כל בני אדם ואמרו אמן. So, Ethan, last song, what is
song is thank you. Let's do My Pfertzel, which you don't need the words for.
Yeah.
So it's just My Pfertzel, Shabbat Shalom. And then we will split it into a round, depending on how much gusto we sing. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Maya Pfertzel, Shabbat Shalom. Maya Pfertzel, Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom.
Let's do Grace Amy singing Shabbat, Shabbat, Shalom. And we'll do My Pfertzel because that will be together. René will lead you. Okay, so you're Shabbat Shalom and then My Pfertzel. Okay, good luck. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Shabbat Shalom. So I'm going to ask Bethany to come up, and anyone who had a birthday, this month or the coming month, come under the chuppah. Yeah, leave it as it is. השכינה. ישמך אלוהים, ישמך אלוהים, ישמך אלוהים, כהפנות מנשה. ישמך אלוהים, ישמך אלוהים, ישמך אלוהים, כשא יפרח אל פניו. יברך אדוני וישמרך, יאר אדוני פניו אליך ויחונקה. יישא אדוני פניו אליך ויעשה לך שלום. Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom to everyone who came online, and thank you for being with us today.